Hello. And 14th February 2025. Na yen nyina yenim se ene ye yen kan se omo dodo omo ho no. Awalefo ene fiancé for da. But enye omo nko ada. Yen nyina obi a woni dofo. Enye se woni oba ne be man nko na ye dofo sem. Even me man wadamfo kura ne ko school kura no. Oyo dofo. Ye kan se odomo odofo akasa na enye hunamu dofo nko ene yewo. Enti SOS yenso so yewo adofo. Ye adofo ni ne yen nuanom a omo entrepreneurs a omo ti SOS. Enti ene dey aye Valentine Day no. Me pese me gina so na me wish obi bia with a heart full of gratitude. Because without you know, SOS enye kenye SOS said ye ni mo no. Enti happy Valentine Day to you all. Happy Valentine Day to you all. Na yeda mo sene mo support nso emre bia mo de support ye. Ene day ye video ye be ye program ye kasafa the benefits of crop rotation and diversity. Essential practices for sustainable farming. Adenti and was ye kasa Saturday last week this week Wednesday ye kasa for irrigation farm irrigation na ye dia ba bedru ase ye me pese me twe wadwene eba so no se in order say ye betima save ye land ehu hia say taking the consideration of the benefit and I say crop rotation and kasa if we say asase a ewo wi ase uye day yentimi ndobo ni bio yentimi generate bibio de tie na tie di so wo 1 acre enu anawo ne be then watimi adidi so aja ma woma ene woma ne onana kanso no aba be didi so bi. That means say o say wotimi take strategy a ebeboa wo. In this strategy emu baako na ye be kasa fa won ye the benefit of crop rotation in diversity because another one here mulching obey the rejuvenation ye kan won da bia ye was so many things obetimi de aboa masase ne da bia obetimi use so enti eno enho asem ne na mi pese de ye trans enti se waba ye mo akwa abase ne no first time ye subscribe to SOS na emia notification bell so de be ya mere bia ye share dwumadi na sina ubehu no YouTube na be ma notify say bibi ekoso ewo SOS wo. Okay. Se eye offenso ameso se share ma afoforo num so emetie ana se bo abofoforo nka e no munye dey omumetie. Ene o hwe picture yi a me dia to yi a emprempie ye krom a ye pe ebro asem. Ebro no eyade bi a etade mfaso ba so yi papa. Enti eduru be bi a ya na ye nyina ye pese ye kohye ebro mu na ye dey ye kodo brofu because ebro no wodo 1 acre ebro no timi ma wo yen dey utimi nya 1 acre wanya kra enye 5 bags of maize. Enti from 5 bags of maize wanya kra from 5 bags of maize to 8 de ubenya enti ba sei na eye obia de so bekwa ye bro. But make us say wasase ye ebia 3 acres pe 1 acre pe nenti de bia na ebedua bro yi afidie na ebedua bro na eno na ya nhwe yi a ebeduru ba bi na for ye se ekopehwe fertilizer ho akira kwan ana fertilizer nso so wanya de ebeboa wasase a na for e de harmful situation dey esa ba oso nti upes kantem but obeti wani na sika 7 esa de ohaw ene ne amane na dey ebrewo eno nti ene dey empenifo ahye se ye metena se na ye meka samfa crop rotation ho se de be ya wonye rely nko awo fertilizer so emwa nti so hwe bro ye wo se ya ebro ye ebro a ye krom ye nuru sa level we se enye se nuru sa level se me ka aye negativity but every farmer biara no obetima beduru sa level we. And say nipa mienu pe na eduru ho na eno chesi nya nuru because nye nipa mienu ede na ye de ye hwehwe ye pedodo. Enti say aburo ana apese okodua ka hunu say ubetime dua aburo no na waburo no betima ba beduru supermarket level. Enti say image ya muhui e supermarket level na aburo na ede eguo. Enti se mo hwa farm na nkase mu no enye se me komu this year na me wie na me nyesika na me de kwakoto ade foforo aye na se me kosisi dan na no na me resit na me ye betima ye farm ne aye farm ochina aye farm ye ochina chi aye de bi ye benya so de eso mfaso eno ntira mo ma ye hu de Mr. Pamford ne opani Kofi Boa ne Mr. Ferris ne eje dumu ne Mr. Manu mo chire me ye mo ma ye ni chire because eno be boy de bia because nye de bia ne betima kwato asase foforo men kasa dodo mema yempanifo akwaba na omo kasanso a image na eyeye no video kakra na mitimi koyeye no mema mo hu eniyema a so ante basa na wo kwafuo no akwakoye bibia ubetime mo se ubetime ade value aka ho ne no so yebesa be kan na da foforo nti hello Mr. Ferris mpacho memo akwaba
Yo, Mr. Charles, yo, yeah, Joso, I hope that abusuafu na obi ahụ ye.
Nyamia do mpacho ye nyina ho ye nyina ho ye
Da miasi.
zan so na mo yi so so wote ye
Obi ahụ ye.
and yeah happy Valentine so
Happy Valentine to everyone.
Mr. Bamford mpacho memo akwaba
So we're muting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I shall say me muting because na but you be train or bo so mic na so waba. Enti ebusuafo ampacha mutie ye. And then no first time I'm subscribe my name me all notifications no so. Na like video no na share ma foforo so no mumra metie bi. Na emfaso wo so pa. Dwumadi no san di no medam wase. Na ye mamu nyina so happy Valentine. Say the ye common ene beto SOS platform nyina so de kototo Facebook ni ade nyina no. Happy Valentine to everyone. Why ye dam wase e wodo am ma ye. Mr. Press, ye twa Mr. Pamford no ye de be e hyase. Ene dwumadi no ye say the benefits of crop rotation and diversity. Essential practices for sustainable farming. Na se da bia no yentimi kasa abra yemfa sustainable farming ne mbeme firi se ene yi no eye the must the must enti edie ena ekra ne crop rotation a eno nti ye de abehye mu hane medase
Yo, ye beda obi bi ase na ye beda etiefu so ase na omoso a omobabeka ye huna ya discuss this important topic. Answer na yebe kasafa the benefits no and other things in sustainable farming no. Send your kind you say you actually what the crop rotation is all about. Now it's a crop diversification. What does it entail? So say you say crop rotation. It just refers to the practice of planting different crops on the same piece of land or in a sequential order, so over a period of time. Opposite to what we know as monoculture. So monoculture say you are growing the same crop on the same piece of land year after year. Every year that is what you do. But when you are rotating, it means you are growing different types of crop year after year. Now, crop rotation, Angasano, the way it is it can be a very complex type of rotation system or a very simple type of rotation system. And Ninanu, depending the number of years you follow that sequential order. So your rotation it take between 3 to 4 years. So NAO rotation, which can be very complex, from probably about 5 to 8 years crop rotation program. So, but most of the time, farmers follow the simple crop rotation system where they change their crops every growing season. So now obi baby say I didn't cry and I will say you rotate the crops. Obi beka say maybe a midua corn and I say midua maize every year. It gives me this amount of money. I didn't think I will say the next year no maybe a midua soya bean and I say midua cowpea and I say bisa. So until obi baby say I didn't think I will say yes sir. One thing I also yet here say crop be any nutrient requirement. Now crop be so a different rooting system. So some of the crops has what we call fibrous root system, and then some also have what we call a tap root system. You say tap root crops, example, pepper say, you say it has a very tap root. What that means is a bit to me, I travel through the soil mass, so to few feet or inches to tap nutrient and also to tap water from the soil. So, and then we have shallow crop, shallow root systems. Ebi a udua me fancy ebi a cabbage and I say udua lettuce and I say spinach na those kind of leafage vegetables now. Omu rooting system no, it's not very deep. So into me go deep down the soil to make use of the nutrient and then also the water system. Into the nim na or friend there use to those nutrients. Into crop rotation, that is one benefit of the crop rotation. What that means is it make use of nutrient efficiently. So it makes use of nutrient efficiently. And then one aspect is the build up of soil-borne diseases, and that's a pest infestation. So debia udria me fan say debia udria pepper. Debia udria pepper every year bia udria pepper. The disease of the pepper no, it will accumulate on your field for a very long time. But me fan say this year udria pepper. Next year, we have me fancy example, but we'll come to the sequence actually. Ebia next year, we have our friend gardeners. So the diseases that affect pepper might not be the same diseases that affect gardeners, and because of that, the life cycle of the pest and as the pathogen that causes disease, will be will break. And it will not continue to mess up the crops. Internal crop rotation is very critical. And then again, the soil structure. So there are certain crops that build up the soil structure. It brings the soil together. Seka soil structure, we are talking about the arrangement of the soil aggregate into pairs. Some of them are very loose, some of them are very porous, and plants do where it may build the structure of the soil. So, into say one rotate here, won't say your soil will be losing its porosity, and the porosity also affect water retention, and as it affect soil water movement. So, into the normal way, and farmers go into rotating crops. Now, so who will be rotating crops you have to know what your market is. So now, what implement you have, what kind of soil you have, what kind of labor you have. Is your soil, is your resources able to support whatever crops are open will grow? Example, the first year no be no leafy greens. So second year you want to grow legumes, maybe a soya bean, and I say you want to grow alfalfa, or you want to grow something that is leguminous. So maybe the third year then we do fruit. Maybe at the fourth year, you grow something that is something I be developing root like cassava or potato, anything like that. So into that is an example of a four-way rotational system. So, but say you can't crop diversification. So you can't crop diversification. All that it means is that you are growing more than one crop in the same area. Okay, you are growing more than one crop in the same area. So diversification, it can be accomplished by either adding a new species of crop, a new variety of crop, or you can entirely change your production enterprise or system depending upon the market. Nti yɛmfa sɛ ebi a wodua okra, so na wadua wɔfrɛ no pepper, wadua garden eggs, tomatoes, and then you add a little bit of animal production to it. So you are diversifying your production system. You are diversifying your cropping system. Engineer fan say one day now say insuanto na me fan say one of your crops suffers from drought. Na went to me in yield that. Then eventually Ubon say your friend and your animal production, you can sell it and still have something there, still have some income from there. So that is an example of crop diversification. But the most important thing is that it increases the small scale farming income. So the biano na uska won't say. Unlike monoculture, and I say unlike one cropping system. So if the crop fails, everything fails, and then you lose income. But if you have different things going on the piece of land that you have, one can fail, but the other can succeed. In Tubem say you are making money out of that. So and then also it helps improve your soil quality. Ubon say your soil system, no, it improves because you are growing different things at the same time. So, that is an example of some of the importance of growing crops on different crops on the piece of land. So, there are certain crops we'll talk about it. I will to media include in the crop rotation system. Still, you make money out of it. And then there are certain diversification crops. We will talk about it as time goes on. And to me use to include in their cropping system to help increase their income. It's known for this introduction, just to let listeners know what crop rotation is, what crop diversification is, the importance of that, and then we'll come into the practices and some of the crops are moving to mere use in their system, maybe improve not just the soil but also increase their income. Question go high. Yeah, babe.
Yeah, me da senior, me da sene knowledge ya wash out my so far no. That's pa a sombo. Said be ye penny Mr. Pamford so face I think it says technical fault problem tina oba na sa article no. Na ebusianfo sene no first time we dey be share SOS ya mo akwa happy Valentine's Day so. Mr. say subscribe o hwa se na subscribe no e wo ho Mr. mi aso sisi na yento aso me pa che we nye sikatua bia Mr. wada umi aso show kire o se ubon say as a Roman so don no bi no ha bear no mi aso all notification no e ba ye bibia e postu bibia pe kedon bo say a show kire o se SOS di bibi foforo bia beto na yi a kire o enti me da ase enso so e wo ho uwi anu like am ai Sabri, you show me say you 12 and you're online. I don't know, say you 12 from Sunia like in so dear. This own like here, me bachawada, kindly like and subscribe. Let's share because the art of sharing is caring. The art of sharing is caring because so we share message here, good message here, and you put in your seminar. Also to me, the born home day, bra. Say it is say we share message be let me say the Mr. Pam for the name Mr. Ferris ni eje do ni Mr. Meno eni afoforo eba mre bia be ka kire no utimi di sa asem no so na edey edisika breo nti durume bia sometimes nye sika nko ene edey ye de mawa e wo so woni je na de ji osi bi no ye de mawo na se utie pa na e ni je cause o hwe ha say ya hwe de ekoso wa say uhwe fruit ni vegetables so ya ma hye da say yi na me pese me twa adwene ba bibi so se wo 1 acre of land kura na anaso wo 2 plot kura na san vegetables ye show ya na me show no wo betimi anam so ayedai aye diversification ni crop rotation na mpanifo kire na no enti e ba sa na wo ni problem enye skills nka je se wo pe 10 acres and san wa shase because had an example of an alibi eti eno na mpese yi free ho no na nana eka asem bi wo SOS WhatsApp community ni so as unni su na se wa fe na what the first time wa hwehwe ye number na kira kwan na ebe join na ye good pa ye kasa da bia na eka bibi se ye ta edin komo but ye wie na ka ho na me ka se no ene ye ni nkomo no na yedi nkomo na ebe create something like desire desire no everyone na ebe create bit say curious say wo pese wo hu akwan ya betima fa so a unsa be ka saa de kro no ana saa knowledge no and from there no with intentionally no then you become an expert of that thing na wo pese open na say wo unsa be ka ti moma yensua na moma yenye na ebe yiye moma yenye ebe yi me dem wase obani Mr. Pan for sale na wontimi enyina ne la ntimi nyina so nti no I think say ye betwa so ewo bebia na waduro no because watch ye crop rotation no ama ye hu bebia so far no ye bebia dey yedro na me pese wo chire mu chire say no as a farmer no yate ase ne die na wo say ye bio the next step any say me pacho. Me pacho Mike, you know.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. So we have steps in crop rotation. The first thing I also say, list all the crops and all the number of crops are opese udria. So also listening now go all the crops you want to grow. So internal say u brainstorming now u list all the crops are opese udria. Then you sort them out based on the market value. So you sort them out based on the market value. Okay. One list about 20 vegetables. So now 20 vegetables, no. Which of them now our market par? So until you sort it out, then what you can do is to divide the growing area into equal sections. So to plan your rotation. My friend says, so 10 acres. And I said, my friend said, 5 or 6 acres. So we divided the plot into acres. It be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now our crops, what selected 5 crops, I would be a acre be our crop, would be. So intino say udria and say we are after the growing season no was what shifting in round. So that is how crop rotation is done. Intino plot 1 you have pepper, plot 2 you have maybe leguminous crop, it can be soya bean, it can be granite, it can be anything. So intino in a sequence like that. Uria then at the end of the growing season, no one was shifting in a bio. So to follow a sequence. And then you also need to keep records of what is happening. Send a bear will mix what is going on. So send a bear ure enfi near ekoso. But se ubano crop this is a crop diversification. Crop diversification is a subset of crop rotation is a subset of crop diversification, because all diversify crop, you also want to include rotational system. So, one aspect, and I said one major areas are person will focus on, and I also say some areas are able to conduct the diversification very effectively. They say over looking into cover crops. So cover crops are one of the crops that will be to me used to help you maintain your soil fertility. We have several numerous cover crops that are out there. Some of them have tap root systems, some of them are shallow root systems, some of them are biannual, some of them are annuals. You grow them, and then you grow your crops in there just to control the soil fertility, to control the soil moisture, to control the soil temperature, and then also to control the soil biodiversity. So you can microorganisms, you can bacteria, or friend, and viruses, fungi, and then also the microorganisms in there, the worms that are in there. You want to make sure that you multiply their population. You do that. So you can also do intercropping, growing multiple crops on the same land. So if you say you can grow like the Nyaudia garlic, onion, peppers.
Where bro, where carrots, where sweet potato, no. I no anti we are not so hiti. Where so ye mere dombo,
Right.
dombo no.
Right.
Domo. Where leaves, normal leaves here, dear salad. Where pumpkin. Let me go on here. Okay. Pumpkin bio. We so we say no. You kese, but I think say you bet make say yeah the two see so no. Anya twen hrodo ba ko ne friend simple.
I say oyster mushroom.
Yeah, but eso so. Yeah,
for me some kind of canopy.
Canopy actually, and only we say no. We don't know another type in Airbnb. We another type of imreya but we know just say no man no we know ye wash the 22 bar and answer what is washing kakra bi na wo ye dey why into what han kakra ye some spices ya kan ho ana ba kon de na je say wa ba wa na be clean ho nti enema bi just to show say sa we nyina na ha say so no wo hwe dan kra na leaves no enso so wo ho a yeah, the car sit down or kind of simple. Yeah, some leaves we beans, French beans in here, you know. The number perception said me person may you say, Yen come near come crana, yen ye. Ye bet me attend I'm an abba the finished product like this.
Right.
No be better chasica. We no can say value that in the back one day.
Right. Right. It is it's part of the crop diversification.
Yeah.
Who said corn, say, for example, so what's a corn in Ghana? No, we have corn growing season. So both will be corn. But corn can be grown throughout the year. So why do you have to wait to the season before you grow corn?
True.
So now corn you don't just use it for one specific thing. It can be used for several things. Say a corner and crofo at 2 or quite now or more recra. It's a growing season in the qua a new hope.
Yeah.
So but you can capitalize on that. Now wankasa no wodua into the dry season now corn in no we release your product in the market. Who say you get value out of that.
Yeah.
So we have to think about how we can incorporate different types of crops in our cropping system to gain advantage of those crops. Say me find say udua carrot, udua these exotic vegetables. So you must also think about local vegetables. Into say exotic vegetables, no eco marketer. Local ones, no, so eco market. Until you are getting different types of income from different sections. So, senior maker, you know, we have certain crops it has a taproot. So the taproot, you know, a bit to me cut down inside the soil to make use of water and nutrient. There are some of them that are has shallow root. You incorporate all these things, and when you do that, you take advantage of all the mechanisms that are going on in the soil, and at the same time, also, you are improving the structure, improving the fertility, leaving some of the biomass on the land to decay and add organic matter to the soil. To say, at the end of the day, you are really making a headway. There are certain crops that we don't take advantage of, but they are there. Example, jute, for example. Jute say, jute, I don't know what they call it in, I think say, jute. Yeah, unim jute.
No, I'm saying.
Is it?
Mpanyinfoɔ sɛ wo a wo why I'm say aba obi di aba sisi me ba
ayoyo very good.
ɛna baako na meka nso yɛ ma ayɛ nso so di ba sɛ we say menkae de korobata ma ayɛ suggest ba nti no yɛda mo ase
but unim say ayoyo so nkrofo pepa
na say yi o.
But how many people are into it? So how many people are into it?
Yeah, share that yampo if you in a
yeah. So professionally, if you want to diversify your crops, these are some of the things that you have to think about. It grows on the land. Forming some type of cover on the land.
Yeah, so, it's true.
You are getting income from the leaves itself. You are getting benefit from the crop, the covering of the land itself. So it's not just about improving the soil fertility, but at the same time, say you so I think say perennial crop. Udia, it stays there for a very long time, and you can harvest for a very, very long time. But how many people really think about some of these things? Okay. Yeah, also now people plant them. So
yeah.
Very good.
And now me make an so me din ni sorry o kafra ayi me de besa ba se share me this video but then I leaves na ati say gene type bi sia no more you know and so ye Italian kasa na ma ya de ba no but and on English no ni celery no you know it was sorry.
Yeah. I don't know so Ghana mu dia celery. I think it's a cold season crop in Tinebia and Shada. But if you create an environment, I think it will still do well. So
on say we are we say krana we no gene but ya say no gene no ye wo de ye mane bo na we say no ye de ye o ye de ye a seal if you try to leaves no near the seal and be so de ye salad.
Spring onions. I mean,
different types, different varieties.
Yeah.
Until it's all diversifier. So, like who use onion, for example, who dria near ebony be, no we dria near a use leaves be. So now we dria both near able to use ne or friend ne leaves, no sense we use ne bulb. So until say we failure, this one is there. That is why if for a farmer, you don't just think about just one thing. You want to think about different crops are able to me grow on your land. At the same time, no, we bring you the benefit of the crops to improve your soil and also to increase your income level.
Okay, Obeni, me da say, Yamin Shrao. Ebusianfo, yeah, mama, happy Valentine's Day, bio. Yeah, mama, kwaba, so, and then the first time, I be share, yeah, yes, say, subscribe my, na, ya dom, ne like video, no, o subscribe on so, pese obema, no, all notification, will be, so, say, be ya, no, on sabeka, oh, and I never come, Mr. say, enimdie wo share eno so yesikama enti share ma afoforo no so emede emetie bi share wo ba bia opese o share bia share ma obi no metie bi why na said yesua de no ni nyina se nyame adoma da achi no ye de share ase ketua bi na de bekwa koduru sa level yi because ebe kakra supermarket be bu ekromo but busami no me no say yemu say ho say yeah, you ready see be free this almost shelves no way. And they say you ready there. I didn't tell you prepare sanya me. You prepare ho. Because uko you kroma, you say you abrobe need only for exportation. What do you to us sana on here na me buofu. Oh, yema yempani for abrobe kwa ba. Oh, openi Misa, yema kwa ba.
Yeah. Apomo metia ne panel ne petifo nyina.
Nyamia dom ye nyina ye ho ye bibia bokọ nso ye nso so ye je so na se dem kan happy Valentine's Day nso so e wo mse me no bie no enya ade ye yi but ye be kan sa because sika ye dia kwato flowers no so itimi di kodo banche efuo kakra pra nke be yi anti
Okay, good. Valentine no tini baby no kwa na muda we. Well, starting. Also benefit of crop rotation. Na me to the na me sa fella three kind so no say a Bruno all kind say no me as a farmer no say no. Me the silage ma memoir. And you know, me dua anytime be a mepe provided say any water any rainy season. You know, after rainy season, anytime behind me, Diana, it drew certain stage. Me try next time, na me there for my team, na my store. Hey, you know, I don't have to wait for say, like I say, brew season and sana me do a brew. And millet, no me say and I don't wait for season. No. Now, one thing that me topic keep by na me calculate here, be say there is a now ultimately different varieties of fruits, crops, vegetables are a bit me last still for as long as here. Say father say uche a 1 acre, uche move for so uche move for a 69 6,900 by square feet. No as chemu at the end of us chemu for if I say one plot no 1 acre no machemu 4 A B C D A no masachemu 4 it's A no me A1 A2 A3 A4 and I'm D no me D1 D2 and I C and a B each plot be a masachemu 4 biano make dua be different wo and the me dua say e be a some start fair any week here this week na me dua baako na ma train next week na say dua baako so it's a bosome no na me dua 4 pe you see second month mu a na me ko B side ho na also first week no me dua bibi second week me dua bibi Nti how no nti bosome mienu no medua only half of the meyeye no. Bosome miensa na medua the third one. Enru bosome na menko the fourth term no na de medua the first one no ma start harvesting enema ni bi. Nti me tete ho de ni nwie na me ensa no na mewura second week de enim. Na me prepare saba be dua ha say de no. Minru me third week na me tete de no na ma say dua first week de no. Into one land no and me for me at the same time I'm rotating land no me to myself rotate crop na me dua so no. It me dua nkuma of first week me nko se me dua nkuma of fair A na me nko B no me to me the tomatoes na start wo ho. And I say Jane na myself rotate it even with one a friend is a one acre kra no me to me varieties of a name also me rotating na me disturb as ni bebre send ya yedo about the prof Becca say Procano. I can practice it on this on and idea way no you can even do it on a large scale, but I'm just saying say you can pick a small scale no why yeah master now we're extending a bigger land. It imagine say for me 10 acres and I say 20 acres. How I make me rotating land, I don't know, say rotating with different varieties of crops and vegetables and fruits. I make me a beer also. So a time has come and we have to, as a farmers, we have to act smart. It makes me no my card be say. So it the card be saying me no my year with dates. It each week be a plant and I have then seed no be call for no. I was say maybe me put dates. Now we'll track it because any many people have I say I did a 50 base 60 days, 90 days, 70 days, 84 plots now my that means say 120 days, right? It's the idea with I was say 50 60 days, By the time I mean do better me third planting, now may harvested that one. So you as a farmer, right now we have to come with the end and animal now. I was seeing you doing innovation. Near creative, near use land to our benefit. Let's say I was saying me pass I say kesiye me pass I see be brass I see Debbie. Right now no we have to be intentional. I say you maximize it as I see be use. Near use formulas yes about rotation and diversification. We can do it on a small scale and replicate it on a bigger scale, but with modern techniques. And I say, techniques I create. So it's a big topic. I know, sir. We have a lot of things to learn here. So that is how I may start it. But topic be about we have to try to apply ourselves and start using our dream to create something unique. Because for example, Nkrumah, those things are not idea. It was here bigger land beyond out there. I did a bed me fence, and I was telling you say one stick of okra no me kind 144 fruits also the vegetables or whatever also. It is a stick back 144 me what 10 multiply by saying and 1,000 something. Hey, it did also me what 20 multiply it. Now in a good year, say ne ebi kura betim be kura me there I watch no. It imagine say original I want to be fruit no and share diabana. I could have gone for one stick for about 200 vegetables on it. And one stick with 200, multiply it. You don't need a bigger land. In Nkrumah, this land said, "Did you Nkrumah you're saying?" Or no, here we are more. In Nkrumah, here we are. The more we are, but the more I have. So there are things that we don't need big money and big things to do it. Everybody, and I'm catching say everybody can start something. So we have to be planning, move on with how I perceive farming. You also attractive and nice for people to see. So we don't have to spend huge sums of money and sign it in room. I even planted some of my tomatoes near there. It was bucket, paint bucket. You can do it, and you equally get something out of it. You know, boss, I had me the best starting now. You know, we shall fall with me to us.
Yo.
Met me I share baby kakra.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so me share on the screen.
Okay.
Make sure if it is possible.
Okay, yeah, mami yi bueni fro na me fa no number.
You plan it me through.
Yeah. Okay. Me ba chaba anamu.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ferguson na why offer. Okay, ebusianfo safe na waba yemo akwa aba. Happy Valentine's Day nso so. Mesrɛw ani die mo hwase ho subscribe no mesrɛw mi aso sisi ma me sisi mpacho we de sisi enye si ewi a o de mi aso ma me keke. Wo wi a like no so no. Just give a thumbs up no. Na mi aso. Na ehye ma ebusianfo aka because so obi bebu so sika na wo de we ma na tie say watching good. This nipa ne tie we na ebe ma na nya sika kese sene se we dey ubeche ni sika. Oh, inti na Bible say teach a man how to fish, you know. Inti sa na sitie mesere mo ada ani die mo. Me say the Mr. Pamford ne la no aye say ne kwa de West crossing Wednesday no. Eti Mr. Ferris ubetimi afolo wi ana yama jedu akwa abampacho.
Yo, crop rotation, I just wanted to give a graphical example of what it is. So, you can say, if you want to maximize the soil. Because one thing here, but at the same time, no, you are depleting the soil fertility. So, into no example, say, Oshe, where say you root na your friend the legumes, near what the brassicas, na your potato family. What is it telling you? Or more rooting system is different. Or more fertility use, is different. The amount of biomass or more producing is different. So now the amount of the type of friend, the fruit you are going to get is also different. In Tinubu say, Udia tomatoes are this year or on the same plot of land. You don't have to go and grow potatoes on the same piece of land because they all belong to the same family. Now, disease may affect tomatoes, may affect sweet potatoes as well. So, may affect potatoes as well. Internet say, udria potatoes this year and next year you udria our friend tomatoes are. You have really not done anything because you are not breaking the life cycle of the pest and disease affected tomatoes. Indeed, what you want to do is to grow a legume crop. It can be soya bean, it can be a bean, it can be alfalfa, or it can be granite. So those ones, are able to fix nitrogen in the soil. In the tomatoes, ebe yi nutrient in the soil. Na legumes, I bring it back the nitrogen to the soil. It's say you are not really spending much on synthetic fertilizers. You are just recycling the whole process. That's the washer. Leguminous crops, the biomass is a lot. So, and it's also very succulent. It's able to decay very fast. In Trubong say, we are turning the cry into green manure to add fertilizer back to the soil. We are one of the brassicas. It can be either cabbage or you can either cauliflower, anything like that. They are also high feeders of fertilizer. And some of them also have taproot system. Those taproot system, like let's say it to me echo deep inside the soil and get nutrient out. Into nutrient leguminous crops, affects, then this plant will make use of it. So, and then you can follow the cycle with the root, like the alliums, the onions, okay, or the carrots, or the celery, or the turnips. You can follow with that to take the benefit as well. To Lubong say every year, and this is a very simple crop rotation system. But Sanya, now Mr. Is it Mr. Manuel Kano? So the concept, is very, very. The concept, seems to be a very, very great concept. It may find over 2 acres now. You can get a lot of crops going on that same piece of land. That same piece of land and making maximum use of the land. Into 1 acre, about almost 8 different types of crops growing on the same piece of land based on how we demarcate. And at the end of the day, you have about 16 different crops growing on the same piece of land, taking advantage of the soil and also taking advantage of the market. So, we have to think about how we can maximize the land and still not deplete the soil fertility and also get some money out of that.
And Mr. Felix way, based on a graph we say the semi-fat those 4 groups now, I can group 1 at be a level A, and make group 1 another one will be a B, another one will C, another one will D. Then I'll do my when it come up now may have a STBB area, make me how I may rotate sub group way. I could be maybe this side and answer from this side, so I call this side. Then I know when maybe I mention me for tomatoes, potato, no call the same side name. I can switch them to where be the other group no. Then I can then they will fix the land. So like we're saying, we need education on all these things. Because yes, you said you be maximizing land, and at the same time, there was also who idea was at the time also you just don't go and just because who paint nowadays. Also, my dog body me the quite fast here, my dog me the way fast here. Sound really trim. Also, now no, and a chance, I could look be no day year fast. I feel was why mistake. Why mistake? Okay.
say so ka so die kube nko na wagya no nko na
Saturday yo.
Ka and siki advice and we is okay yemfa body emphasize yemfa body entity no
I will mistake and why.
yeah we shall see no me di kodu na and anyi yi na me dey body body
when we on it open body.
Yeah, so was your for something about a more quava SOS yes, yeah, your one dear, a obi chere said ye in a wano, Nimdiana water, near Baku for able to an away day, and answer Baku for trip and a wunya free. Even the own background because I was sworn. You do maybe I was sharing the message about privately. And this message in a baba come inside privately, no. Say me the baba top platform no so. Who say be a man am the to so name mum a year will be for a contribution or a day or the abba. And untina a jedu ene oka or the message be beto SOS WhatsApp community no say only WhatsApp community so but more than so be consider because I think say a hono what the to YouTube no one that be an hono message in the call okay enti ejedu can say me or say ye nyina ye face challenges but it sounds ye bom no ne say so see e tire seven no who read that to say yeah it's true or picture pepe enti ye be frɛ ono a be to nsa frɛ ono anka say mu no waba na ono so de ne dia bansa na yakomi Pamford so because Mr. Pamford the name said be o name kofu bia kokunti no mo asore tia ne network no ejedu
me ba Joseph Pamford atuto ma be pie ha fa no ankasa ansa na ne line asante yakoba na nipa nti
mate yo mate dasi Mr. Pamford ba cho Mr. Pamford
What to moon?
asa freeze I think so because me who say ni image in their face Mr. Pamford ba cho what me ga
Ankasa no only ni photo free to now photo no na ma ohun chiro.
okay Mr. Pamford try me hear say yeah I find the tonka dede enyum bi wo chire
Enyum
Niam tu so wo fie wo ampie
wow.
okay Mr. Pamford ye ma ejedu nkasa na wo ye okay na ye what why
All right.
Yeah, that is also.
okay no so why you already there okay to me kasa why kafra
Oh, more for the kasa. What do you want kasa? I cover everybody.
okay
bema now ye ma wa enjo na wa cha du ya ye different won sama eno de enyo obi na ayo wo wa bra ma chance sekasa afi na ba be ye technical yi masha wala na to ma ke ka odi na kakra obeka no na etipa na atipo
Mr. Pamford wasum
Everybody that answer.
Ne dia enye.
me pacho try kasa because I'm say you know who receive message you know to be 3 seconds late no
Ghana sadi yi nyina yɛ mpanimfoɔ saa nneɛma wɔ nyina hia ɔmo nhwɛ ho asɛm papa bi anka ɛte ɔmo mu paa na network basa wotɔ credit nso a ne boɔ den
Kasa ne now fending for na de kan mu asem.
I just don't patch one and why oh you free inquiry man and go
yeah crop rotation wa go tena ba bia uni network u be blemu pani ka sem no network nya u be blemu pani ono of ono no onya oden network in America ha kra nya ba bia na network wo so untumi blemu bia untumi mfa bia blemu koma pani bia
wetumi ablemu masa
network your location doesn't have network. Don't blame it on anybody. blame game no and she Oma so enjoy blame game no. Because you will see it from now till tomorrow, it won't bring back the network. Yeah, no dear, young Phantom Jenny and Quaying. Rebecca de Yakanibiaka, Neongo.
I who are.
Is that Papa? Bachamaninko? Why?
No kasa. Oh, masa manen kasa na mafa me booklet ne waye ke me be ma ke no. Manen kasa me be ma ke.
Eje du Bachamaninko.
I the uncle. I don't know.
Charles Bisa, the Obe Bisa, Menamiano, so over market. No, I said, no, where you might. One mechanic, me do baby, no one tea or networking. So it's over market. Charles and Pajo, Bisa, the Obi Sam and I am query.
Eje du enye bone ye mwako abade di nkran. Eje so ho ye.
Major Moso, I don't have any experience at time for Yangame, and that's okay.
Sa. You say what the that's okay in my become. Wow.
There been a see my to do and young boy and me for the other young
Correct. And
I better penning for say Mr. Felix, the watching in an idea, Mr. Man who cry. I think there's a program no cry and then it's here now. We say a bit ending because it's so much rich of information and insight. So offer those two concepts, from 2 points of view. Actually, say, and ya was I say kekraka, and actually no buy and I say we see cow bit me. Then you know, who said you obey and no buy obey dear. Any additional winning information I will and actually said the UBC a maximize was asking. Yeah, say this a me 10 acres, 20 acres, 30 acres answer. Na me at the year in the agricultural sector. Me, I don't buy into that much. Scaling is good, but maximizing what you have and making good use of the one ebwa. And untina so we share Mr. Pamford Papa Nebeka say na oka say no till any idea no. Ni nyina no dodo na no boil it down to sadie we ya no because crops ni bi wo hɔ a said na Mr. Felix Ekano control ewura ahaban na every crop no so agu form no ahaban no so wo mfaso ma asase no especially legumes beans ni ade no fixe nitrogen ni ade na ɛwɔ sɛ wuhu sɛ de ɔde chart ne to hɔ no ano ɔkyerɛ mu no ɛnɔbae ni bi wɔ hɔ a ne ntini no ɛkɔ fam enti de ɔno ne ntini kɔ fam na wakɔfa ahoɔden asase ne mu ahoɔden na ɛwɔ fam akyiri no sɛ wo sɛ dua de edi n'akyi na ɔno nso yɛ ade a ɔno nso ne ntini wɔ a woyɛ adwuma na wobɛdua deɛ but wonya nnɔbae no sɛ deɛ na wopɛ enti baako na kɔ asase na si akɔfa ne nnɔbae na ɔde wafa ahoɔden ne de anyi no deɛ sɛ sɛ edi n'akyi no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔno ne ntini ne yɛ nketewa a ɔno bɛfa ahoɔden na aka asase n'ani no na deɛ odi so no ɔno fa na ɔno so fixe a saa time no na deɛ ɛbɛfa nsuo ne adeɛ de bɛkɔ asase n'ase ɛwɔ akyiri no wodua deɛ ɔno nso ne ntini wɔ a na ɔno nso akɔfa ɛte sɛ deɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛnam a yɛsɛ nsateɛ nyinaa nyɛ pɛ yɛnam na sɛ yɛwɔ akwatia yɛwɔ ɛhɔ ne hɔ ne yɛwɔ dogo wɔ mu a yɛdu baabi na adeɛ wɔ soro a deɛ ɔyɛ tenten no ɔno na oyi yɛfa adeɛ wɔ fam a akwatia na ɛbɛfa yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde hyɛ mfimfini a deɛ ɔyɛ hɔ ne hɔ no ɔno na ɛbɛfa saa crop rotation yɛ a yɛka ifa ne saa nɛteɛ nti no wodua wofa dogo na ɔno yi adeɛ no wɔ soro na wosan akɔfa wode akwatia ne si baako no kɔn ho sɛ ɔno nso nkɔfa wɔ soro hɔ a biribi ani hɔ a wokɔfa nti no crop rotation no means a mɛkyerɛ mu in a very simple layman idea saa na mɛkyerɛ mu akyerɛ wo sɛ wodua deɛ ne ntini wɔ a next time no pedi ni ntini ne tete ni he ya no no so mfa de wo soro no mfa nya adwuma no no na haban no de ebeboro so ani ntini ne ndu na akofom no ento se afe ne nso na won se ndua de ni ntini no wa no na enuane nuro no bi atsan akofom a ono so betimi afade aye adwuma aye very simple na wo hwe ye nananom a na omo ye because manhu se me na dua ebru anase nkate etoa so afibia daabi edua nkate next way no bedua nkuruma de etoa so obedua de foforo obedua mako omo chinji niama ne saa na omo ye nti bo se babia yedua ebru kane afe no yetwa na ye de honama emma no na omo de edua nkate anase omo de edua beans afi etoa so because e hone mu aye mere na yakodo na emu oden no na yedua ebru foforo nti saa na omoye no yedua nkate ni we ni wi a na omo de nkuruma abedua anase beans na chi no omo dua nkuruma ana bibi so eye ade a na ye dada but yen no tem bia na ye pese ye copy bibi fufuro bi ase eye ade fufuro but eye dada e wo se yehu asase kakra na wo no wuchiche ma ebeboa wo mehwe Kenya ni papa bi a watu afri Kenya akotena Nigeria oye vegetable farm ono ne de na oye no wachiche asase no to say de na wo famanu kan nje of famanu kan that was the picture that came to my mind because papa no achiche mu say ne asase kakra no wo no owo baby wadua beans be 6 lines beans na chi no wadua maku ebia eno so 6 lines why any 6 lines is different crops and you call on a farm ho na there is no vegetable you will mention he cannot get for you. There is no vegetable. In the time, no market women feel very happy to go to him because ubenya maku upe habanero ubenya bi upe hot pepper upe chili pepper ubenya bi upe cabbage kakra ubenya bi amount bibi anu nti o say ono farm near one stop farm. Anything you want when you come there, whether for your person or the no aduane wo fie as dinner ubenya kakra ma wo koton wo market ubenya bi amount na say ase ne kakra bi over 6 workers. But this man is always working. He is always on the move. Wayane we no we change, we shift it. We said the now of a man who can say why and the say card no. Inti no one say afeno so na wa 10 no. Now the woman na one and four na by tifi. Now the tifi for no kumfimfini. O the infimfini for no kwa na for who changing his no ye ni and he is always doing well.
Me na me freeze ya.
Said the now for men who bet me reach out. Then you get a chart, you get crops na who person we no said the na Mr. Felix kind why your list into when him say crops of 5 and now person we you bet me direct you. The way in the system would be first, the way in the tosumi, the way in the DHD, even when you want to plant one at a time, and was so we share say after we be DHD, after we be DHD, no information that we hear per the crops, your season, weather pattern, and then availability of maybe a water or rain, and I say the DHD, and then they determine how you go about it and what follows what. Indeed, I think that maybe basic Hannah questions be a baby.
Ajadu, I mean, sure, and so it doesn't so and the message I would buy, me by trying. What
I think it's on the side, Neko.
Okay. But yeah, tonka. Oh, I do. Okay.
So.
But also, I'm saying,
No problem.
Okay, I'm support for the article. Okay. Mr. Ferris.
Yes.
Asemo mame Musa Jedu. Nanka be person Mr. for do nanka. You say Jedu na ya hwese mark or the be ma Jedu. Okay, je do say ba. Yeah, na ba ko nye. Je do ba choti mi ka.
I have a demity.
Okay, yo, me da say. We be say me buso asem. Na wo ka ye nananom ne papa no asem no. Enti die ye nyini betu ya na ye papa mo ye nana omodofo ba ko a na afuo no menke wom, body on banchi wom, okwafu mu a wo bibia bi wo kwan susu wo bibia enti omba fie a enam kwa na omoto no. Eno no na ye crop rotation na say dey a.
And only a mixed cropping. So, ufanis are na a mixed cropping. Mixed cropping here say would be a BBB a war as I say so. And a no crano say, oh, yeah, mixed cropping. Now say, and no more dear no. Na me find say additioning if you moon share down corner him. But not almost yen in such a way say, so washa na won't call kuku ase a kuku na nyini a kuku na haban nyina ahia a yadua mako wa ase da ye beka kiro se mako hia wia enti no wo baabi a afuo no so de ba ye wo baabi a wadua nkuruma na omudua vegetables no wo baabi a ye boja funuma na ye hye saa entana no se boabo wura na no ne ya hye baabi a na ho no omudua dua wo se ho ne dua mako ne nkuruma no ne ade na obo nkofie dua bayire no yesi pam na chechire bayire na ma bayire na homa no nyina no afu dua no akọ the same direction no ni yadua mako no wo nkofie no ye ndua nkofie bia ho menkani a ye de menkani hye one side ni ye de mako ahye one side na ye de bode asisi mfimfini ewo baabi a emude da ho. They were practicing intercropping at the same time, but na omu adwini bi se e wo se aduaba bi anya awia. Enti yesi de koko ana se ye dua koko no kura na ye de bode ni gina no. Enti bode no kura no ye ndua mbemben so ye titim se de awia no bode na haban ne nya bia. Koko da wa se no nso benya bi kakra. Enti koko ne nyi no ne ye twa bode ni firim. Enti wobɛhu sɛ kokofuo no bɛgyina no na bɔdeɛ no nyinaa no yɛtu afiri mu de kɔ baabi foforɔ because kokoo no abɛgye ɛnyini. Enti ɛno no memɛka ne sɛ menim ebi a mpanimfoɔ wɔ so na mehu ne sɛ ɛyɛ mixed cropping, but ɔmo mixed cropping no mu no they had some some information sɛ edua biara no ɛsɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ awia. Enti baabi yɛ hɔ a yɛ kusuu no yɛndua mako anaasɛ nkateɛ mfa aseɛ. Enkatie ukone yadɔ nkate a enkatefuom yendua bɔdeɛ wom yedua beans a yendua bɔdeɛ wom because eni se bibi hye saa enobaye na tetare form no so enti kakra meka no.
But I just do maybe no I na make an say education and no dey because you know mu ye if you can say no mu ni book plan no mu hwe so a you know, education, they say it me passing him down generation, mom.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, when they say, Bible, you know, the GD. Say, when you mean, obi ne catch so you mean a kind or no trotto. And I'm a boy. And hey, the measurement na all practice, you know. If you are no, you catch no. But they were using more memory work.
Yes.
Than essay paper. Because a name of be yeah, go back and you say, organic. I am practicing the energy. I saw my grandmother doing this every time I go vacation.
Exactly.
The same thing. Oh yeah. Some of the land I know no use no they more than and more than a name.
Yeah.
It was more educated than the empire. The book we had.
That's true.
Because quite still and we are land like I said, we in the which with the annual women. So they had some type of educational. You might not call it formal, but I don't know what not the no but no money.
They had a natural American is a natural education.
Yeah.
Because that formal informal no crowd me I don't buy into those. Omodiano was natural because mekaise na midimi na nechi omodo kwaya no na omo ko share. You do a form where osa a former Rihanna wono, no wa pekoso. Se anwea ni hɔ a ɔsɛ nwura de awo no wa yam wɔ ne nsam no wa to kɔsoro baabi amframa ne bɛbɔ akɔ no wa kyerɛ sɛ men toto emfiri ha bi ko toto ha amframa no de bɛtra ehye na yapa no ama akɔhye obi afuo ɛnya bɛhyɛ ase atoto afiri ehye amframa no ɛhɔ ne hyɛ ase sɛ ehye kakra no hu sɛ ahye akɔ n'anim a ansa no wakɔtoto akyire deɛ na ahye abɛto enti wɔn hyɛ ntra hye. Not only win gauge, no ni up there, but
I'm telling you.
And a check baby I'm from Manefa, no baby over 2 January free ancient potra obedient. Those things were there, they were natural things they were doing, and naturally they were highly educated because men are not na ye nim say upas asesua and nay, my main cancer mean chirepia. The men are not catching me who say assassin ensuo. Ewom a utu nsu a ubenya nsu eye na omo de ant hill enkanka edan na omasi no se wuhu ant hill was asase no so which means the water table is closer. If you say enkanka ni hia ateche ewo fom na omo de asi omo dan say enkanka netimi akwa asase no manya nsu e de asi dan na ba asase na ni a which means e ho no nsu ben. Water table no high. These are natural things they were teaching, and if you follow them, and they but yeah, the okano na na no minimum niama bebre, but if I say and they know ya two omudin. You see, if you want to hang the dog, you give it a bad name. But yeah, the kurum yeah baby no bagawai. That was simple.
Now more Mr. Du wakasapa I miss cropping ampa. So but no there was a science behind it. So washa omoye sa miss cropping no may say what me ko fuma there was not a single there me who say me na say me mama akota fertilizer so the kogu ne crop so but every year be so omudua ma nyoma yeden. So there was a science behind it. The mixed cropping system, no, it rejuvenated the soil. So sani ya say crop bia or ne root system, no. So I want a biomass, I want a fixation system. So it was making use of the soil nutrient at the same time improving the soil fertility. So udia menkeni, udia pepper, udia tomatoes, our friend the tomatoes, udia onion, udia banche, udia our friend ebro, udia yam. So on the same piece of land. So Mama Jenny said they were growing just to feed themselves. It was subsistence farming. Into no here ewo if you know I don't know where no mudia. So but at the same time no ebia say na say ebia natural knowledge ebia no munim say ebia crop amidua ye. This is how it is working in the soil. Improving the soil structure, improving the soil fertility, improving the soil texture, improving the soil air and soil water. So, those are the knowledge also in the modern agriculture and modify it to take advantage of all that we are discussing in the olden days.
Okay. Benefo me da wase. Ebusuafo safe na wa join ya edase ye mo akwaba. Happy Valentine Day so. Yes, so subscribe se see ma ye. Me patcho se see e me enko. Me nyese me ka subscribe nti ubeti akọ. Subscribe aso na mi aso. Na enche ho so like ho. Mi like no so ma ye. Na share ewo ye platform ni nyina so. If we say who share some message we mo bia it say the watching is pepe. Believe me, message is a fire. And so who to me who you soon here, who to me she as a secretary pa. saa so na sɛ wotumi share mankofo a wɔmbɛso mu a wosesa kuro nti share sisi na join ye WhatsApp community wɔ bra bɛ join wobɛsua nneɛma yesu bɛsua bibi afiri hɔ Facebook page hɔ yɛ advert yɛ bibia yɛ patronize ho yakɔyɛ sɛ ifo na sorrowful bi ame momudin omo no ansa na sika bɛfiri mu botom e bɛkɔ abɔnten no na yɛ sɛ adekoro no mu ni bi wɔ mu community ni nti bra na bɛ join SOS we enye ayi bia Pode me tio okay am gasa o kan bi nti okay me da say ebusuafo nyame ya dom nso next week Friday yen bra pani senior comet say yemeshia no or another very interesting topic MIA topic I think I will define nine siriamaye but idea be a woni beje ho pa woni beje ho enti mamo eyiremfi enti sanse Friday no ye senior comet any den be ba show enti no ye the preparation of for the season in agriculture no ye the baba be share Wednesday and I say bia Thursday and I say Tuesday ejina said the mpanimfo emre ACT no said the be ya yenye mu because they say you do agriculture period yentimi nka say bia ye giatum and every day bia no and as every week bia no say ye day ye to akoso because this year no ye pese ye boy home modern year yeah last year no was say na ye preparation but this year ne de ejedu kan was so ankwa ye be fa also ena yenka hunu say someday the word someday I will start someday no or someday to come and I will start no any calendar so any calendar
What's this Sunday any calendar so
yes Sunday someday
okay.
SOMEDAY no
okay
any calendar so just use no just to give us an an alibi and be say enye ye pinya be but any time ni nyanson enti o say keka ne bi si aniasa enti sound dey be na je say ye post no ko akire but this year no mesre wada enyina so nka say wo train 2026 afeni yedru 14 February ye ko 15 February na wo afeni wo beka che so next year na be show fu ase dia me ba yen consider ne mebi me nka se tutu me nka se me ko tu me kan bi dia but at least land no people hold this year and as unya land nso this year so at least make me say ebe ya shall still dog na ye pro kano ana me pacho Mr. Ferris me boy
yes and yeah
I'm say nyamiadum for the first time nyamiadum ye share ye o ya resafo any Joseph na ye betimi anke de kantant ka baka ho but wonya nye cars ntino ye ntwen so be cars ya o ya resafo mbacho me boko aba
beje so odi ba oyene
bacho boko de
ye ho ye obo ade ado na kwacha mo so e
nyamiadum ye nyina ye so mo ye we de akwa aba kese because the first time ye di ehye mo ntiri waba no ye mo akwa aba waba nso no knase na ye ntwa na mo because o na region na wo di ahye odin na wo no eja wo so ye oyaresafo ntino nkwafu
kise de mewre fum kakra
ene ka bi kire ye oko wure no wo hu ni say etesey yetio
emse na menfa akonya na mencha wabadua fo mpanifo a omodi ne mama yesua de ne emse kwia rankasa ye adwuma bi a ayese ade a bibini bia no e kan wabosuo ho because me way back esusa no na ayade edi ye papa no yana no machiko fu yo ofa mo chiko fu bas be school no ko kakra na ese ho chiro de enso ko akoya na ye se nenso ayan sa na akoya ye sha se di opani nyansa posa na for kwabra be da ko chi no obinfo ya boy e bo bebre nti ese mo banchi fu no kakra after ma sha se menya obi a me na sha se ana afie so ye bro ebro no krafe ne ye land ne ho adwuma wi a se ba ko bi o he no udi asem se 49 days na amacho mention ni mu bebre de but me guso a mesia why na nso obe kire me na me so ma nso mesia nti me di na chi ne ekọ da my appointment no so na me di na chi ne ekọ na afi ye na mawura na musa kakra na ye ne kakra nti ase ye me ye nche no me ne na ye oye ni ya nyina ya fa anyi ya be sha ye foforo ye be ya ko se be ye ti me target ne rubber farming but me pese me dey we ne hwe ko no nkasa rubber no obi dada ti pese me dey we ne hwe ne no kredie na afi na motuo na me hwe se ene me de ne fa na afi ye biem ya ne kese bebre ti legend say o sha ase kakra ti kua ne de na odaroma eno amu ne ye wo ye tue na be se krache 7 brofo 7 ne school 7 abaha nipa me da se pa
wow ta kan sa se mo san kofa
na
ya
kre
no uyisu mem ni bi wo ha ya na wota de to message ase san
na
kofa
kre
ni ne ma adinkra ne da de no ntino san kofa ye nchi na empenifo se bu bebi se achia na emu ena eda bia so no se bi son obi wu ye wo obi what you say
no kwasempa
emanin how
na
the
kre
moment na the best time when I was share ase no ene wa share ase no
sure
knowledge you know ene was we dey obo ho modern na wo an obo ho modern dada enti no I can see say wontimi nye dey wontimi enye wontimi nya success wo na ade ba ko a ade o me say ma prepare one video na me hwese nyampa ma yi bia Sunday betimi dia manaba ade ba ko a ya ne say ye chrome no obi ama ye doctrination of say doctrination or na upside down what ten no enti ama ye bidi we say bibi ye bia no once ye Christians die e wo say ye easy ma ye
okay
enti nobody tells us but ye the average ahye ya adwenu dada say bibi o say bia no say ye easy enti say nye easy die na so obi na asom
okay
no matter what obi na asom enti ye fi say season po we ye wo hamatan and ye wo we spring enti akwa babio ne enye enti say wonfa ne soro just say wonfa ne just only say no say okay no banchi ni say no ya challenges kakra bi bebem but nye enya dia e wo so usuro ade mani je say wo say betra ya kopim so be dey enti wo hwe second Samuel chapter 30 as say bisa na wo say pursue that shall overcome no
sure
shall recover it enti no I metima kan say ma kwa ba mani age say wato oni ahwa na wa ba besra ye meja ama mpanimfo na mpanimfo de omo nso akama wo no na ye wo WhatsApp community nso wo ho wura mu a bia niam bi wo ho a ebe chire so ana ase nipa na one ne chire so a ebetimi aboa wo medase
wow many beji pass me dwane sa abusia no beda mpanifo nyina ase
Welcome.
thank you Mr. Awaji.
Basically, businesses near but try inviting for more a great knowledge, because I think that
Okay.
only the most dominant you chrome will be adding a need be one way or the other. So when they come here, don't be poor knowledge Maya Neja. Yeah, quite. We stay positive. You know, we stay positive.
Sure.
You know, there are challenges here and there, but I don't think that challenges nobody has any game team solving because then they are normal mind. So we always stick on the positive side. Oh yeah, they also approve Rebecca. Now they can offer. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. No, you know, yes,
No worry.
expertise, knowledge, I will be share piano is welcome. You know, on your field now, if you have topics you need to treat for people to get to know their way any benefit now. You are welcome to schedule something with Charles now, you know. So
Wow.
that's it. Right.
That's that was
Senior, that's in Yamisha. Me pacho, eja do ho, Mr. First, mo, eja, the future of Kojo Sapo Kantan can yenya no, nti, mo yenka bi binchire no, na, on so, and more so.
Now, your friend is saying that some time ago you were talking about moringa, right?
never trying.
Now, who will see the Libya with the Diana? Because maybe dear, but I don't know. Actually, I was saying more for your prayer, mommy. I know a soil fixer and it's a one when it comes to breastfeeding, sorry, man, to me, dear, but the boys maybe and considered in the meaning, baby, I know him, but you know, a very good medicinal for nipa ne mmoa nyinaa. Yeah.
Moringa,
No,
moringa,
a
dear,
bit.
moringa, dear. I think that you don't necessarily need a seed. It is also propagated by cuttings.
Yeah.
With the right, if you feed, and then I know you one. But seed in
Okay.
the open seed, I mean, we seed with you. We seed in you are making me a baby amount.
And Mr. Felix grab me here see you over. I feel okay, sit down on my car.
Yeah, the but you
Come on, sir.
Kwajo Safo Yamawakwaba.
Major Roy.
The American is a know we are here to hold each other's back. I have platform we know that nobody is wrong, nobody is right. We are all learning. Yeah, but we share basic information, in-depth information, research information. Will be the problem. Say okay, me ye way, ade way na maybe a problem way na aba ma afu mu me hia afutu a sometimes Charles to me per time near the bed discusses a particular problem ne said be ya nipa no so betimi aboa na ma ne niama a oye no ya wa ha say we want to see everybody prosper in the field they are doing, especially when it comes to farming and
Wow.
agribusiness, you know. So who the year may there be a mechanic, me bagana, may call farm be a 10%, may a tight collector platform. What bay no me do the best. That me bano, me bow farm, why be a mania bancha fufu.
That'll
Maybe
be
a Ubeshama, me moringa drink, a mamma, mamma, mapu my ding.
no.
Me little a year mecha, actually, way say, as doctor, any mefani say natural health practitioner wo ye no because me follow niama bebre a woka any niama wo kire me piece of advice to you me nim say bi a washa ase de ana won sha ase a I want you to look more into producing your own material na we use you know because who
Yeah.
run fuo mo ne de na say moringa ni say na wode beto hye e wo afuo na mo do na no a eno no eye wo a wode afa no wonim de enti a wadua sa moringa no wo ho because wo no kasa wo hia and
Sure.
gradually no ebedu ba bi no na haban a Yeah, prepare a near amount for AGD and SACD to go to near the end of Hobayading. So I will encourage you to start looking into reproducing those herbs now we here for Wejumano. Said the Ebeya or China, and Koba said just a Wukrafi Senegal, Ivory Coast, and Sana will produce you into a larger quantity. Into begin to look into that field, you know, and also in a Greek in Ibia. Say, oh, yeah, no, now we said the obey to me a beer. So we hear any information about said the obey crops and any idea now plants and platform where is open. We are here. People are rich with information, and people have done so many research into many things. Because what me produce a drone and say a organic said the debbie out can if yanka say you crum in ya may talk organic material be an answer who will be and Mr. Man will be may talk me if you say yin you shower high in your dim for yin you free farm. A change to India, meaning the boom. You know, I will encourage you to look into that field. And then moving forward, you know, maybe which they near my wing and one can produce will be Hano was I say or no bet me a beer. Now we're feeding woo industry, no, when him say, or no, so yeah, if you and I will be a dear feeding woo industry now, and also Beboa, I'm also money. So, Yamuakwaba. Na aha no ya de ma na wan tena so ancha ye be ho afiri wase dia bobu fufuro enti wa ban no ya register ya ma seat number na de ama enti wa ba na to azu na ba na se obi afa ene de o fantini be se walo wala ya mo akwa ba
and in terms of production, I say, we na sikakra. No, and have be a medical moringa on the super brain yoga, and no boy in terms of more weak memory na poor memory no. Na mede moringa na bin so aka haban bi ho de ointment. So moringa na kasa kita. A very good effect for about inflammations and sa nkuna ti mede ointment no so omo fully omo bodily itches and bodily pains, you know. My mom would hear my son, and also I don't say I shall say, but ointment crowd here, I fear me.
And Charles and Pacho, in the best year, many a penny been a kind of your boom cracker. True, na one for you in income, one pet that roman on ombra, na fee, or me to Samana Basanesre, na fee, you dear, oh yeah, because at the Debbie we are patronizing ourselves, we are patronizing each other. India, we which and then we will all start directing traffic to what you do because we did but maybe in the basic
me da say dog say eja mpanimfo na onu makasa no nti no de obo mbeka no no nti no me no kasa ya no me de wo to SOS platform no so ko WhatsApp community no so na nyame ya do mo a said opani aduaka no ajeduaka no ye bedi nkomo wa chire na wa mameda na say ye be ni recording on say be ni live say de ana ye no say de osi peni bia no abecheche me say wonimpo a wonimpom dia wontimi nyesi odefo no correct but ya na eduru ba bia osika no kwa na akasa na kwa no say minya sika na say say menya hoden where for no help no nyina de eka nantibom nti de jaduka no mefo so nti prepare you bet my 2 or 3 a year session ba ko ba be kire kwan ye be fa so ye betimi aye entrepreneurs ya ye be hwe ya ho odin so ye na ba ko so no ba be kire nyuma dia
and then cover outside.
Okay.
Uti na ye say yentime nto twede emfa platform we so because every for you akwa platform is how
That's another.
you need konkonsa wa ejire wadi mani eyi aba o.
That was the fire. Timebo Amona, opening SOS, Yadin Komochi. Many mobile dimension.
Okay. And I say, Mr. Percy, and I say, Mr. Pamford, who will be Mr. Pamford, acquire baby, oh dear, you have more acquire, so I got say before.
What thing about him?
What's up, Mr. Pamford, but you to be Cassa, Yenya, a doctor, or Yarisafo, or Yarisafo, or Yusafo,
But I'm very disturbed.
so wait to me, Cassa. Mr. Pamford.
I can't 5 minutes.
Yes,
So
sir.
the men kasa.
But what to me, Cassa, Mr. Okay, yeah, chair, no, I have say as I to continue there, no problem. Mr. Pamford, but your Cassa, why? Cassa, you mean, yeah.
To me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, Mr. Man, but you make us,
My cousin is a me crowd no nye basa nti. Ne ho betre no. Anyway, you know, and topic, you know, the at least senior chat na Mr. Felix Dubai, you know, makes a lot of sense. So food groups, you know, you dia or you chrome no. And you know what, because at the open no, I was say okay group I fall under. Ne ho how yɛyɛ nyinaa kyerɛ sɛ yɛpɛ sɛ yɛtry sɛ wobɛ maximize wɔn wo yield no na at the same time no asase no undegrade asase no na wobɛtumi ause no constantly nti sɛ asase no sua koraa na aberɛ biara na wowɔ biribi a ɛreba nti wo follow saa steps na wonim sɛ ɛyɛ year round wobɛnya biribi you know up to date sɛdeɛ na meka no nkruma kakra meyɛ no up to date no still am obi hyɛ me freezer you know imagine say for the past almost I think about 4 or 5 months ni me call store say me fam kumada and idea me sa practice we me ye e wo fear metna Ghana a whole year there are certain things I mean to me first can't it will come free for me based on how you rotate products no ne produce no any the type of assassin said you was a plantifer. So and I think that in all aspect of farming, you always have to think about the best practices. You know, idea a bit wow. And yes, will be a now so coyebi. You ain't a bit wow. Saying of assassinate. The crab and other first will be more assassin amount and no buy out fish. You know, and we are here na make an I don't know we are no kitua grana. The more away in the kitua ope o master no and I'll be to me be my any kese. You know, and you say uti we are no how to 10 acres, 20 acres. Because unim the area or near the other, you take your time and broaden your horizon. You can scale up real good, you know. And then crop will be a day say you could do bro, me could you say and don't discover. There are small vegetables near Nema. What do you put niho? I bet me discover, bro. You know, over to my mixing with your friend is a livestock ne birds, you know, double normally confirm ne cocoa here and there because double say because I may GBA go farm or omu pama or
Yeah.
I confirm onimwa they do be mass no be able to no chain alarm You know, so sa na marketing kitchen nyina na omo hweti asase no so eyi nkanka no free ndua no ho mame. Mo an takes any ade one ho nyina no. You know, so you have to mix it up and yeah, you know, get the value of nyema yeah, every day. We are all learning. We keep the videos. You throw nyema down. You know, books baby I'm throw book. We name the me planning. Then nyema was here so oba and close to our dreams are the back open now. Be the more be our dream, the more I'll be so many things. It's unlimited. May I see that it's unlimited opportunity for us to do so many things. With me at now a whole year, Ghana. If you are the other and I'm crowned to be. Yeah, saying, we'll be the end fine. That way, hope. And now, what else?
No, Oma say we see bad you mean no.
Okay, so
We say higher market day be Saturday na ye chrome for no and yes Ghana for ye bibi for no Nigeria for na ni timu na omokwa no ma ko se sankuko no na oma ag box no ma twetwetwa ho na om de omagum na om de ko pro pass na enkuko no so mo do so sa na box no etoti a na fe ko ni na box bass ni
yeah,
this is Saturday I check. Oh yeah yeah trust
that what few chrome so to bruni chrome mama the condo in aka you know so in aka
last week na is your talk na say nso ne petenti na ncha de talk ese na maami baako oba baako odi ne ba shi na chi ana eyi na daka yi enkosua ne achechire ne so no so
we are
ana wa achechire ne ba me say me hu no no so yi na kam pese me twan picture na me twan picture obe hu me nti na ma ti me ntwa na nti ya Ghana chese ya Africa country bi na say
ata when imre me nra yi me cost to me hwe me hu ibi ana me hu I think that him for not South America or Krobis or bunch and I'm a friend.
Yeah,
the friend you know, I'm a bit try and I mean, my wife didn't call out the school by and I'm a deep bunch. She'll say, now wait, and I'm so sure. And she never did die. As all Ghana, I'll be catching them in the bunch of PC. What me, they all can cry in your case. Me who you na me condo. I'm a friend in the
Odi asamba bo me bank she fridge Moses here. Me to tembia and won and no na ya na ya kan say wo hwe bank na wo check baby e fi o ma transport di aba kurom ha bank no uto bank na wo twam a ensuo anim nsuo so kokokoko e still fresh simply because the wax afa ho dehydrate the rubber achichere ehun no dehydrate mete ha meto koko asukoko ya ye ne Ghana manfo be ebo akasi te se menkan no meto and o check it baby if it is the of amanuka e bi body ani ade e bi fi Panama na eba and wo beto body no krum ha na ye green and ye fresh na wo hwe mako ani ade a ye to a me to body box ba ko no abe enudro mienu ba box ba ko no California ha ye to no $40 and no buy wholesale price a free Mexico free Mexico na ba na no ye nto no mako ye box one box no ye $40 so you convert $40 into cedis.
Oh
now the share a car ye just body a me pay you body am pay Mako 1 pound no $6.69.
When I brought Mr. Fellas to some family, I remember.
Wow, indeed, Yama na ye cano, ye, Zedi of a man who can say, what they one near the boom, who are moonful. Now what they are mono, what flade, would the insure gumna mono suno, and she sunuma. Ope catfish, ye jumbo, now the guma. Omo Omo didina, Omo eja omo nine, Omo ja 9 fertilizer my rice. Inti yanto ase wo mu no nsi no na enam no omanyi uchi a wachi wade na worry enya woni obi anche. And there are so many ways of making the agric. Last year of Amanu can say, let's make farming very sexy. The sexiness of the farming, no, and the design now, ye design you, near my year can ye fabric, you know, ye design a farming, no, I'm another ye sexy. Be back what Ghana said you okay, 4 months in your own tongue, Krumada. Into what Ghana, now 4 months in your own tongue, Kruma, what do you Nkruma bano, one pack in here say. It's one pack, 50 Ghana mpu. Not the whole 4 months won't to Nkrumada, but there be a woody deal who would banku, would di kukunte, who will Nkrumani be a wad dry, would the ye be a whoop, umpe we, Nayansanka debut.
I do. Cardia we say. But the monkey way, Muhu idea or ya, a yemero, you by my main face.
Oyster mushroom, you must slice,
Yeah, you must slice, yeah. Now, a year, €2, 19 cents. It would have say any cent in Frocano.
€2.
€2, no, a year Ghana, over 30 Ghana cities. It would have said, Imre, you can't get in get away. Would you go so much? They see
one pound. We are 1 pound. Nimudro near 1 pound. And I say, I borrow 1 kilo, 1.5 kilos.
We are 10 gram.
Okay.
We are 10 gram. It just believe we say, would you go so now? No, I got an anasa. I can it's what Ghana 30, I think it's 30 Ghana. Nobody say.
Hey, overdo it. Wouldn't you say, I write the free Ghana ban?
Yeah.
Omu wax, no.
Debbie,
Enti Ghana okoto by box or Ghana shopper. The beer when you be say. So there's simple things we are also going here to preserve it. No, they are not catching it. And these are all observations. I get here. You bet me add it to your lian, because some will Ghana Krana by Raba. Let me say, if I can wax the Byreno, never prolonging the life.
Yeah,
I can do. Meet me, I whilst I mean, what I didn't necessarily say about the tongue of Butcher. They will send a man named Quaco anymore. Yes, we can do it in Ghana too. So we are, I notes, no matter.
Obide can be to platform no so board can be a normal and part of the things some time back and I make I say it is part of the things I went to Ghana, took my time to search information on produce transportation no any idea no what they say sa board ebedum kran no na board na ehye mfimfini ni nyina abere.
Oh, I break you.
Because if you have one kura na onam kwan so no ndu ye no won say ni nyina ho aye tutu. But senka nipa no to refrigerated trailer and loadu board ni gumma the price value no will still be very high than board na ho asisi no de kodun kran. But we are not looking at that. And those are the things I always talk about. So when we talk of agribusiness now, and yet say ubiye yebi into who dear chili, said they know of a man who can. She won't quite out by fast or best near man. There could be a wood ye. What talk or do no. Now the shrink wrap, could do nitino, maybe a nitino one ye piano. What the rubber and I say solid tape, great tape, nitino. Then they would keep putting in from Mount Fawa, but a check and son abri.
Our important and from an has in the tears and out.
It will be out to be a now to say,
yes. What you cherry near and say, Bordia, the old body and the dorsal now will be out what to say pond and Adam, be now the boom. A body any goon shuma, a shin shuma, and break.
First crying and your mamma say, you 2 bunch in a door, so I know with a good pipe passing.
Yes,
ebi kura nsuo kutu a.
Yeah, ne ka ho asemi se won wa se bayire no kura na. Wo de akopɛ sawdust. Na mbie sawdust no fa gu, wo de sawdust ne gu te se box na se. Wo ye no emu wo ma ne fo kakra, wo de gu ase. Na wa hyehyɛ bayire no. Na wo de sawdust ne gu so ahyehyɛ bayire, afele bayire no mu nyina. Na wo de bayire sawdust ne gu ma hyehyɛ sawdust no mu na wo de hye hɔ. Because say emu enunu no bayire ne dry because the skin no tem bia no moisture content no it is a bayire this year be as kind womb and I say bibi bayire complete na ehun twitwa ya sa bayire ne be hye sa box no man say contain no man say baby we preserve no for a longer life than say egu ho na e bia wonni fridge wonni baby we dey be preserve body ne ade yi wo hwe na wo freezer wo dwa body na ana bayire wutwitwa ne se de wo beno na wo freeze wo de guze plug bag mo freeze a wo beno a wo ye wo hot water wo sagu wo nsuo no huru ye na wo yi bayire ne gum no ebebin within a short time so preservation no e doso but eya na ye pe onyame dada na de na ye we no mo ye na no a but
the best is some Nisaka on koko ase bayire
I will think kwa it's been a very nice. I think
that's what I see. Everybody be at home.
And I think maybe by the end of this month, I will one of the programs, and I will bring the document and I make a
okay.
I was saying before the more for man no mommy answer. Indeed. Okay. Man mommy green light and that. It will be a simple and very summarize things about transportation, storages, and all that. So many niches. So will be a bit me a will be a bit me a film where it fits you, the open will pick you bet me details, you bet me
that's nice.
Because I was saying to me, boy, say yeah, to me and be among ourselves. I don't see it say I was say you're complaining baby blame because we have the knowledge, we have the information. It's all about you be making sure say we are starting with no bet me a year, you be pushing a man upon him and the ye or ye no do baby. Yeah, per bosia, young bank, ye be kono. Kofi manu mame ayi mponche miensa eno na ye bosia na me bebono omu ya na mabetua mame we akwadwosafo ba na o ka se mame moringa bag miensa next week betua wonim se o ye adwuma na adwuma na ekoso o de ye adwuma na wotwe miensa obeba eno no nso se wohia fertilizer na se wohia organic matter bi na no nso na wo kono ho kofi for organic fertilizer mame na me mfandua moringa no because moringa ni ye industry na medeba when the resources are there. That is why I wrote a book say entrepreneurship survival without banks and government. I'm a move from that side ye blame government, ye blame bank, ye blame way. Let's do it ourselves because when you are self-made, no government can bring you down. No individual can bring you down. No bank can take your property, say collateral. Now they were say 100 acre plots, to so 10,000 Ghana. Adding tia, and Kobobosia or bank in your collateral. Now I say now would deposit collateral, and never boy didn't change. Bosiana Wokobono. So we need to grow beyond that. That is the thinking I have right now. Say whatever I'm doing, no matter how starting I don't need to go to a bank for the bank to have access to my property. I have to do it myself.
More microfinance companies no makugugu nkurasi horo. Adi omu ya I don't know. Okwa omeka chose susu. Then susu na auto no so green nkurasi for you are 10 cedis, 5 cedis. But no man can say obi o jimi mo be bosia to say 1,000 cedis. Omu timi de gina safs. You say you know, I've been a number one, the other happened here, and people lost a lot of land. So, in class of one, it makes you, you know, because I did my any only best practices for anything. And as I say back on, and one who you be on me, you didn't free at us anymore. And the affair no for say, also called Bosiano or the bull no assassin. So, what assassin rules are. When you free assassin, so you know, all these things are some of the things that a bit for us to teach. Yeah, training and it will ultimately identify a problem. I would I will see another best forward. So you know, if you are able to take this to the villages now, near the being in Abebu,
na
also,
mpanimfoɔ
I was a quick a was a see from you know the
yo
chance. I was a
yo
rush cover cabinet.
don't worry
Yeah, that's it.
don't worry yɛbɛgyina so akyiri ne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ nti deɛ
Yeah,
mama
me too.
nti ɛnyɛ adeɛ yɛ problem so
Which everything.
na
If you are not Mataba, so me bana mo hodia. Why?
yo mate
All right.
that's okay
Shelby.
abusuafoɔ bio bye bye mpanimfoɔ ansa na yɛde bɛkɔ dwumadie no bɛkɔ awie na mepɛ sɛ mehyɛ bɔ bi sɛ nyame yɛ adom a mɛkɔ akɔtwitwa mfoni kakra bi fa last Wednesday yɛka asafa irrigation no na mekyerɛ biribi sɛ aha no baabi a mewɔ no ebi mu ɛwɔ another system ɔmo de ɔmo irrigation na yɛyɛ program no mehyɛ ase ma no yɛ ti mekyerɛ mu kakra mewie a mɛyɛ na editing na mede aba bɛto as one video but mepɛ sɛ mekyerɛ mu kakra kyerɛ asɛ ne ehu sɛ de sitiɛ sɛ wohwɛ ɛyi a asase yɛda hɔ yi a asase no onua so hwee wɔn deɛ nwura no ohia no so de bɛma ne mmoa ɛna wɔtwitwa amena no ɛdɛdɛ ɛdeda asase mu sɛ ya enti ɛsoro hɔ ɛna wabiebie nsuo no kakra bi te wohwɛ baabi a me de gata bi bae a na nsuo no nam nti ɛhɔ na ɛbɛfa ase enti nsuo no nam kakra bi nti asase na ɛyi weather no ɔpɛsi anka wɔsɛnka ɛyɛ dry but say wona mu a wotimi sɛ yɛ afɔ nsuo nam kakra enti da bia no no kakra enti awɔ ana me fafa homachi na wotimi sɛ awɔ no kwan ba kwan ayi nwura no kwan sɛ ayɛ ice enti de me pese na me kyerɛ sɛ aha no eduru bi a woni sika de bɛkɔkɔtɔ pipes na wode bɛ layer yi na wo ahoɔden a wobɛtimi atwitwa gata kakra bi atoto wasase mu sɛ titiri bɛn nsuo a na wobɛpɛ kwan ya bɛfa so because I say ne yɛ baabi a nsuo no ɛboro so a na wakoro so no enti entimi nyiri mfa asase ne so ɛno nso no ebia one day me because na me time no me break kakra bi mnya na me de kɔyɛ saa ɛyi no adwumadie no nti no nyame adoma bi a mɛpɛ bɛ kwan a wobɛhu how a ɔmo si ekoro so nsuo no na ta bia no entimi mmoro so na wobɛtumi ahu na nso watumi ayɛ ti wohwɛ a gata no nsuo no ɛnam kakra bi but ɛno nso ma nsuo no ɛtumi fa asase ne ase nyinaa ma asase no yɛ ɛyi da bia na yɛ sɛ ayɛ fertile nso so ayɛ n'adwuma ti yɛde video ni bɛsia na yɛma Mr. Ferris ne yɛgyadu sɛ ɔmo bibi kakra bi ɔmbɛka na yɛde asia because Mr. Pamford ne ɛm sɛ na yi ne de amboa no but I think say nyame adoma bia Wednesday na say Tuesday na say Monday na say de betimi de ahye no ye betimi atoa ye dwumadie so nti Mr. Person ne jedo mo mai run up na yemfa nsia say ye duru 2 hours na mana proso.
Yeah, Mr. Charles, that's it. I think it has been a successful meeting.
Yeah.
Crop rotation and diversification. We have talked a lot about it. You finding out the kind of crops that you do based on the market. So obi here any consultancy work as related to the type of crops or also do how to do rotational farming and all that. You bet to me, Abu Asani Panum way to me. I guess Sanomano or the Sanomano so to quem. I think so. We've done justice to the topic, and we'll continue talking about it, sir. You being nti ase ɛwɔ saa nneɛma no ho na yɛtumi improve our crop system, our soil fertility, and also get. And one thing I'm person make with all the cropping system, you can have in terms of diversity. No, now I'm Mr. Menu and I said Mr. Do can be for preservation. So we also have to think about value added. So you don't want to always produce raw materials for the consumers. How can you also add value to the raw materials that you are producing? Because a honest can work. So a honest can work. So what our farmers now you want? There are a lot of farmers that all that they do is just produce raw materials. At the end, there's nothing they can do again. But if we are able, using pepper, for example, you can sell the pepper fresh, you can dry it, you can grind it, you can paste it, you can do a lot of things. So it is a way and way back, way back. And then you realize anytime biano na sika ewo any one thing I'm better medical the crop diversification. That's it.
Yo, yenso yeda so penny senior comment say yeda se for knowledge ya emre bia so nyamre na won ye be de ebe share na sene no first time de be share yesro say okọ SOS platform no so na subscribe no ho mia so ne mia all notification said the be bia bia no also be we notify na wa be join like video no na share because o share it said the watches sika pepepepepe enye answer o ere kra bro sika che no because nipa ne timi nya we no na so timi di ne djuma ekọ chire sene se obeche ni sika because kan obedi de onim sika so hwe no obedi but o chire na regina so timi fa de efa nti de na tie no moma yen kan fo SOS mai na ye nyina yen share wo SOS WhatsApp community ne so Facebook nso no ho na ye advert ni bibia na run no and ye di djuma da bia ye nye life wa ye wo WhatsApp community ye kasa ho nti na de wo ho no ejadu na de opani ni fi o de nimpa bo ahye wo nti manen ko na yemfa ensi am da se
Yo, I'm say examine ni nyina na bra Felix aka no, and I think say ye beda ni anu nyina ase ene o ma mo ba beti na chiri de ehia wo mu pa ne say ni ama na ye kan ye no wo so behwe de wo ye ene kwan a obefa so edien na ebeye nigye ebeye fe say anka wo behia fertilizer beye 40 bags afibia na wo de crop rotation na afi enkoba se wonhia fertilizer kora biem because no ba ye na wudua na ankasa no aba beye fertilizer afibia no wudua de but wonhia fertilizer na wo de nya high yield sa 40 bags na anka obeto na afibia no eye savings ma which means say profit ebekọ nanim ade na ye no calculations wom mass wom bibia bi wom but ya boni nyina tofa aye ne simple nti de wo ye no ye betimi a kirew ya bema wo tailored information based on wo crops how person would do ya niama how person wo ye. We are all here to help each other to make sure say we grow as a community, not as individuals. So yeah, better mo nyina say em say the next available time whatever topic comes we will do justice to it. Nyamenka mo nyina ho yɛda mo nyinaa ase.
Obani yɛda ase sɛ onso ode dwumadi no wakuru so na maye nti anuano na dɔfonom yenye bomukwa ukwa SOS platform no so na videos no ni once nyinaa ho Monkohwe yeni Dr. Samuel Hodo mensa a video no a coconut farm no from coconut farm body cocoa kube mienu pe o mienu pe kokohwe de wode aye a I tell you nipa na oton asase man ko no nim sesa na ebeye enko oton asase ne man da oh enti misremu ada ye nipa ni kofi bua the father of and the founder of all this naughty na yinyire hia na ye kan sustainable farming ni nyira no ye ni nso di nkomo onya ne mra ba obe kire eno so ye yipa ho ne kohwe no so bi me kanfo sam ye ni we pema wo wie na se wo nyemu aba na se farming na ntimi a anjiga ode a na se edi se divine edimanu besia share my next video ne comment mame na me ni beje se me so mebe de me answer share my next video bye bye nyame adoma Friday o misremo senior comment nyese obebo me nyame adoma Friday senior comment say onemu wo nkomodi pa very hard topic a e wo se obia join ni ye share na Wednesday na Thursday no and Tuesday no ye de agriculture no be show ti yeda mo ase